He hath fallen. He hath risen.
BlanketFort.
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 Spoilers.
Perfect. Alright. Welcome back to BlanketFort.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back.
What's up?
Nothing.
Did you listen to Lord's new album?
I haven't listened to
Scared
all
me.
of them fully.
It's like you don't even take our media podcast serious. Like, I'm so serious. Like, this is crazy. I like can't even believe it.
It's a lot to listen to. There's a lot going on.
36 minutes long, Lily.
I know. That's just like a lot to take in. I got halfway through it.
Well, my favorites are in the second half, so I guess we can't talk about it.
Yeah, I know. I was listening to it in the shower yesterday.
It's really good.
Yeah. I enjoyed my time listening to it. Like, I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really good.
I will say,
save it for next time.
I can definitely tell, like, I don't know, because who is the producer on this one, or like the person?
I think it's primarily Jimmy Stacks.
Okay. Because Lorde, she has a very distinct sound that she's always had that I just feel works with her. It's like, because I know, wasn't she working with Jack Antonoff?
Yeah, Melodrama is Jack Antonoff.
Yeah. And like, I really feel like a lot of her sound is her own, but I feel like with Taylor Swift's newest album, because she's been working with Jack Antonoff, and I even get this with Midnights, it sounded a little bit too much like Lorde. Like, I could imagine like Lorde writing these lyrics.
What one?
Like in like Taylor Swift's like new album, like Midnights and Tortured Poets. Like, I feel like this, like, some of this sound was trying to sound too much like Lorde, and I feel like that has to do with like the Zach Antonoff producing.
You think so?
I think so, but like, and I don't mean this as in I think Jack Antonoff is Lorde's sound. I feel like Lorde's sound is Lorde's sound, and I feel like the reason why it works so well is because it is her sound. And I just feel like sometimes, like, because I hear it with even with Lana Del Rey, how Jack Antonoff would do stuff with Lana Del Rey. I feel like, I don't know, I feel like Jack Antonoff tries to sound too much like Lorde and tries to piggyback off of that like melodrama-esque sound, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
If I'm trying to like,
I feel like it's
visualize what I'm saying.
I feel like it's that like Lorde, like Jack Antonoff, I think is at his best when he has collaborated with Lorde.
Mm-hmm.
And so when he collaborates with other people, he's no longer kind of at his peak.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think what you're hearing in like Taylor Swift's music and Lana's music is like Jack Antonoff's like signature production style, and it just doesn't work as well on them as it does with Lorde. Because that's how I feel.
I'm gonna turn this upside down because that does have our address or your address on it.
Oh, I didn't like that at all.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
That really stressed me out.
Yeah.
We might have to cut all of that, and I'm not even kidding.
I'm not even joking, because I was thinking about that as I was looking down, and I was like, okay, we may need to.
We can blur. Figure out how to blur.
I'll figure out how to blur, but oh my lord. It's fine, I'm learning things new. New things are being learned. Yeah.
I tried to learn how to do music, like album reactions, like how people do that shit. I don't think I can because my computer does not allow headphone connection.
Huh.
That's weird. I tried Bluetooth. Nothing. Can't connect anything via Bluetooth. It says it can do Bluetooth connection. I swear to God, I get so unlucky when it comes to like Bluetooth connectivity type things. And like when I got my new car those years ago, so excited. Finally, I can have my phone connected to my radio. Nope, doesn't work. Never worked. Worked for a month. Now, new computer, so excited. Bluetooth doesn't work. Can't do it. Can't even
Oh,
plug
that's
in
annoying.
headphones. I had a cord that I could plug my headphones in with. Still doesn't work.
That's annoying.
Very, very annoying. So I'm kind of pissed about that. I'm going to have to figure something else out there because that leads me into like, I don't know what I can do without headphones using my computer.
That is true.
Like, I don't know how I can do anything without that working. Because the sound, because if the headphones can't connect, I would assume a speaker can't connect either, and the sound is really bad. Like, it's super quiet. Like, it's not even like the quality's not great, but like, it's very, very quiet. You can barely hear a thing coming out of the computer.
That's so interesting.
Uh-huh.
I wish I knew more about computers. I don't know a singular thing.
I don't either. I don't know like a single thing about any of it. And so I'm like, if I'm gonna figure it out, I don't know how to do that. And I don't know like anybody who does know anything, so I don't know who I would like even ask. I don't know computer people.
Yeah.
Like at all. I wish I did.
I feel like I need to check the camera. I'm like antsy today. Oh, we're good. I'm just like
sorry, my
today.
attitude's probably not making it any better.
No, you're good. I'm well versed in your attitude.
That's hilarious. I think I'm just tired. Amongst other things. Amongst other things that are none of your business.
None of my business?
Not you, I was talking to the
okay.
camera. I'm just kidding, that was really mean.
Open up to the audience. You're too closed off right now.
No.
Open up. Let yourself be free.
No.
Has there been anything else? I mean, I've been watching a lot of like The Amazing World of Gumball.
Every single time we do a what have we been watching? Like the last like 4 or 5 episodes. You're like, well, I've been watching. You say it like it's like new every time. You're like, well, I've been watching a lot of The Amazing World of Gumball.
Well, because that's what I'm doing.
Well, yes, Fork Found in Kitchen.
I am a 25-year-old teenage child. Just trying to make it in this big bad world. And just trying to watching one cartoon episode of The Amazing World of Gumball at a time. And so if a year from now I am still talking about the fact that I'm watching Amazing World of Gumball, I'm going to say it as if I've never watched the show ever in my entire life. And I will make it so I will drive you crazy with it. And I will continuously say, like, I've never watched a show ever. In every episode that I talk about, it'll be like it's the first time I've ever watched it in my entire life.
That's fine.
That's
me with girls.
Yeah.
Whatever. Well, how's Amazing World of Gumball?
Amazing.
Stupid. Anything else?
I mean, it's just fun. I don't know. I don't have much to add to it.
Okay.
It's just fun. I mean, that's pretty much it, though. I haven't been watching, like, any, like, new shows, though.
No shows, no movies, nothing?
No, besides, like, the movies that we've been watching. Watch Practical Magic again. It's my favorite movie.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I mean...
That's it. Okay. I have been watching Love Island season 6 and 7.
Oh, well, yeah, I've been watching Love Island season 7.
Yeah, we talk a lot about Love Island. It's like, I feel like we could discuss it here, but it's just like, we've already like beaten it into the ground, first of all, talking about like literally every like interaction that has happened on that show. And it's like, it really could be a thing in its own. Discussing Love Island could be a whole, like, I don't even know how I would like begin to condense it down. Like, I guess like if we were to briefly just like recap like opinions on it, like after this last Friday, after yesterday's episode, was the post Casa recoupling. Taylor isn't shit. Hate Taylor. Love Amaya. Love Landria. Love Nick. Love Sierra. Hate Ilan.
Yeah, he just boring. I would be fine if any of those men in like the three that were supposed to be sent home, if I don't, all of them got sent home, like
Yeah.
I could have cared less.
Uh-huh.
I would rather have Coco and Landria stay.
Real,
They
actually,
need
real.
Coco. They need to give Coco the Rob treatment and bring her back. She's just
Hmm.
she's too much. She's too good looking. She has
She,
too much main character
yeah,
energy to just be a Casa girl. Like I'm
absolutely.
sorry, and like no offense, no hate to the Casa girls, but like I just want to see more of Coco. She was the most interesting. I don't know, I felt like she was being very fair. I felt like she was treating Ace very fairly.
Yeah.
Um yeah, and I don't know. I feel like Ace came in there with an agenda, and I feel like even if
Mm.
Ace did choose Coco, I would have hated it because I know Coco deserves more.
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, I think Shelly deserves more too, so
Yeah.
mhm.
No, I think they should bring Coco back. A lot of people have been calling for the same thing.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, I think it would be cool to see her
Yeah,
as like an OG next season.
because I just think she deserves it.
Yeah, I agree. I completely agree. What else is there? What else is like going on in the world? I don't really know.
I mean, there's
Actually,
a
like
lot
there's like
going
so much going on. I
on.
don't know why I even said that. Like there's so much going
Yeah,
on.
there's just too much going on,
Yeah.
and it's just kind of defeating. But
Yeah.
you live.
It's kind of disheartening around these parts.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, hasn't there been? There hasn't really been much media that I have been. No, that's a lie. I just consume so much media. It's like I feel like I'm missing something, and I know I'm missing
Yeah.
something. Like I've been just watching a lot of YouTube videos.
Yeah.
New Five Nights at Freddy's came out. You don't care about Five Nights at Freddy's though, so you don't know the beauty that is Five Nights at Freddy's.
I'm like aware of it.
Yeah, but that's all you'll ever be.
I'm not
Like
even.
you weren't in the trenches when Five Nights at Freddy's first came out.
I wasn't. I wasn't. I would never pretend like I was,
Mhm.
but I respect it.
Mhm.
Um, I mean, feel free to share if you would like.
I mean, I've been watching the Markiplier. I haven't finished his videos on it because there's a lot, and like it's the newest game is called Secret of the Mimic, and it is just such a long game. And I do really like Five Nights at Freddy's. I think right now it's just in like a weird spot because it's like a new generation coming up with it, and it's kind of, I don't know. I feel like it's turned into a very, I don't want to say traditional game like it's a bad thing, but like I do think it's taken like a very weird turn for the franchise.
Mm.
In like when the original Five Nights at Freddy's game came out, it was very like stationary, like you know how gameplay works,
Mm-hmm.
especially with the original games. Very supernatural, very like you're there. And like when the first game came out, I remember being like legitimately scared. Like, and this was like when I first started my horror game journey, just
Mm-hmm.
in general. But I remember being like very scared of it because it was just like you're trapped in an office, and like I mean, the gameplay, you can't move anywhere. uh and like these animatronics are just coming after you, but you can't move. You can only like shut the doors and all of that. And I don't know, like young me, that was like scary and all of that. And like same with how it like progressed. It's turned to something that's less supernatural and more like AI animatronic based, which I think
Mm-hmm.
is like a good thing, because I mean horror in general, horror general and political climate, like I hate it when people say that horror movies aren't political, because they've always have been since the beginning of time. Like when we think about like, I mean, Invasion of the Body Snatchers, when think about the climate when that came out, very like, I think that when did that come out, because now that I'm thinking about it, didn't that come out when the Red Scare was happening?
No idea.
I Something was happening. I want to say it was the Red Scare, but it was that like feeling of like aliens, people not being who they thought they were, like body snatching and all that. Um, I could be thinking of the completely wrong time, so if I sound like an idiot saying that, like, apologies, but it is what it is.
Look it up.
But just in general, I think horror has followed a lot of like what's going on politically. And so like I understand like why Five Nights at Freddy's kind of moved to a more AI based thing, because like I know Scott, he talks about he doesn't like AI. He's very I mean, he's been outspoken in the past about using the voice actors' voices that he hired, using like AI versions of their voices because they don't get paid for it. Which is like obvious. You want to have, if you are a voice actor, I mean, I feel so bad for voice actors in this day and age, because I just feel like they don't have control over the fact that people are going to make AI uses of their voice and use that for free, and like their voice, that is what gets them jobs.
That's their
and,
livelihood.
Like that is the livelihood.
Yeah.
And I understand why they, all that to being said, I understand why it moved from more paranormal to a more AI based set. But there's just something about the original games. Like there was I haven't finished the Markiplier clip, but the Markiplier videos, but I have seen a clip of him just talking about like how revisiting Five Nights at Freddy's, it's a new game and it's a great game, but it's not the same Five Nights at Freddy's that like I grew up with. And that's okay. I think I'm willing to like move on, and I'm not the same person I was back in those days. Like I'm 25 now. Like the game came out when I was 15. Like we're 10 years. So I'm not the same person that I was. I mean, I'm an adult. And so I can recognize that, but it's just such a weird feeling going back and revisiting the Five Nights at Freddy's franchise, and even just going back and rewatching Markiplier's first videos of those and see how far it's come, but just it's really turned into something that's not unrecognizable, but kind of, because it follows a more like, because you don't know like Poppy Playtime or anything either. It's more of that like, it's not open world, but like it's not the same Five Nights at Freddy's that I'm used to, like that stationary playing. And it hasn't been that way for the longest time, but I don't know. It's just something about it like right now. I think maybe because it's like I'm 25 now, and I remember back I was like 15 when the first Five Nights at Freddy's came out, and it's just like a weird feeling now. It's like very nostalgic. Five Nights at Freddy's, the reason why I like it is because of the nostalgia. Like overall, is it a great game with a great like story? No, like Scott Cawthon, when he was making the lore and all of that, he was just figuring out as he goes. Like I'm convinced of that. I don't think this game has a set lore, but I think that's what the draw was of Five Nights at Freddy's. It was very nostalgic based. Um it's just interesting now. And it's not, and like I said, it's not necessarily a bad thing that it's evolved and it's grown. I mean, I mean, kids my age still watch Five Nights at Freddy's, are getting into Five Nights at Freddy's, and this is their Five Nights at Freddy's, and that's not necessarily a bad thing for them, and it's not a bad thing for me. It's just like a weird feeling now. Yeah. Looking back at it.
That's fair, because like you said, everybody who's used to like the original is like much older now. 10 years is a long time, so it's kind of just a new era. I feel like that just happens with really everything that has a long lifespan. There's gonna be a new era that it's just kind of like that it starts to feel different, but
yeah, I mean, I'm still interested to see where the franchise takes itself, but I do wish sometimes that it would just go back to the original kind of like style, but like in a more evolved way, because I feel like there's so much still like that they can do. There's so like with Five Nights at Freddy's, why I think it lasted so long is because like it was so open to like fan games with like the same premise. Like people would do like Five Nights at Candy's. There's Five Nights at was it we don't have this fast food franchise. Was it like Jollibee's or something? Like someone would, and they ended up getting shut down because it was Five Nights at Jollibee's, which was an actual franchise. But it was like there was different. It was so open with being able to like use animatronics, and especially at that time, 2015. I don't know what was going on, but I just remember there was like a big talk about like Chuck E. Cheese and old like abandoned things. And so, and that's when Five Nights at Freddy's came out, and that's why I think it really got popular, because it was about like an not abandoned pizza place, but like an old pizza place, like Chuck E. Cheese, that had those like really old animatronics. Because like at that time, like Chuck E. Cheese wasn't revamping their animatronics. Like it was like the same like old suit and all of that. Like I don't know. I do wish like sometimes they'd like go back and kind of we could experience like a new game, but within that same like realm of like the older games. Like having like a Five Nights at like Fredbear's Family Diner, which is like technically like the first. I don't know. The thing is, the lore is so like crazy right now. I don't even want to like say the first confidently, but like it was like an older restaurant in doing that, but with like the same like vibe. Like I don't know.
Yeah. I know Vanilla Mace made a not a long video. She was live and somebody clipped it explaining the lore. Perhaps I need to go watch it.
I genuinely think we should do a PowerPoint night where we just have like a PowerPoint of something we're interested in and just share a PowerPoint of something.
That's a good idea.
Like I could do like World of Warcraft or Five Nights at Freddy's, because like
whatever you wanted.
Yeah, like
last night I explained to Morgan, my friend, like Tumblr lore. She didn't realize I've known Morgan since I was a child, but like when we were in high school, we were like friends but not super close. Like so she didn't like know like my full lore, and I like had to explain to her like Tumblr lore, and she had never even heard of like Dan and Phil. I was like, oh my god. I was like that's so nuts to me, because like that's family to me, you know? I was like, I can't believe that like she had no idea like what I was talking about, like the way
that's
like
so crazy, like, especially with Morgan knowing she gets in everyone's business. Like I feel like that would be up her alley. Like I don't know.
She gets in everyone's. No, she like knows things.
Love
she's
you, Morgan,
like,
but
no, like she's smart and she's like kind of like well versed in a lot of things, but like that was just like a community that she was completely like separate from.
That's just so crazy. And
I had to kind of explain. I was like, yeah, like it like. I was like, it sounds dumb, but like I would be a different person without it. Right now, I would be a different person having not used Tumblr.com. Yeah, that was wild. I could do a PowerPoint on Tumblr for sure.
Man, do you ever think about that? Like things like in your past that are like very integral to the person that you are
all
today.
The time.
Like
I actually
like movies in the past. Like I think it's very integral to our lore that you put that your favorite TV show was Buffy as a kid, and I put my favorite TV show was Charmed as a kid. Like we were elementary school kids.
Not elementary school, preschool. That was preschool.
And we had to like write down like you know how like
maybe it is. Nothing.
You know how like you had to like write down like your name and like favorite TV show and like favorite color, favorite food, all of that. I put my favorite TV show was Charmed. She put her favorite TV show was Buffy. That's very integral to our lore, because that's just, I would not be the same person that I am today if I didn't have Charmed or 100%. Buffy growing up, because I love them both.
100%. I like completely agree. Like I think that like Buffy, like I honestly, it's one of those things, like, again, I don't think like I have enough time to really explain like the impact that Buffy had on like my like development. Like I really think that like it set me up for success and not success in very many ways.
I mean, I remember being young in elementary school talking about Charmed, and no kid knew what I was talking about. I would talk about
Glee. Right, because who's out there letting their preschoolers watch Buffy and Charmed?
Literally.
Crazy.
But we had like, I don't know, me and you, I feel like have great memories when it comes to things.
I don't, you do.
Okay, well, I do have great memories, and I just remember like relaying things about Charmed on the playground. That and Glee, like I was a big Glee girly, and I remember when Glee came out in 5th grade, and I would be all up in Glee, and like nobody knew what I was talking about, because it's like no one in elementary school was watching Glee,
right? Like Glee,
at least no one around me was.
That's one thing I do have very, very vivid memories of still, because Glee was not like, nowadays it's kind of funny, like everybody talks about how they watch Glee, but it's like, if that's true, you were all lying about it, because Glee was not cool to watch in the first season.
It was
of
not.
It wasn't like people weren't talking about it like the way they are today. Like now, like I talk about watching Glee like with pride. Like I like bond with people over like watching Glee and like experiencing Glee. But like back then, like you like I no Glee, at least like where we grew up, maybe like that could be a part of it too, is like where we grew up. But it was you like Glee was not a cool thing to be into at all. Just like the way in the show Glee Club was uncool, like the show like Glee was not a cool thing to be into, but I loved it.
I just loved Glee.
I loved Glee so much. That's another thing. Like, I think
I would not be the same person if I didn't watch Glee.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I have thought about it before. Like, what is like my like moment that kind of like the most major thing that's like set my life like on the trajectory that it's at, and like all of them are media based, and I haven't been able to decide because it's either discovering Lana Del Rey or discovering Glee.
Lana Del Rey and Glee.
It's one of those two. One of those two things set me on. I think I lean a little bit towards. No, actually, I can't decide. I was gonna say just now that I lean towards Glee, but like the more I think about it, no, I'm. It's like really equal for me. I think both of those things were like integral in like such a lame way. Like that's like lame to say, like, and I'm like aware of that. Like I know that it's like really lame to say that like Lana Del Rey shapes me, but like it really did.
I mean, Lana Del Rey back in the day was like that girl.
Yes, and it was like that was another thing where it was like nobody else was talking about listening to her, but like if I met another person like Maggie, like our cousin Maggie, like listened to Lana Del Rey as well, and that was like very like we felt like we were just like those like girls, and like we had another girl that we knew that like listened to her, and it was not common basically to just like find somebody that openly talked about listening to Lana Del Rey, because I think also at that time was like I think after I found her was roughly like just after the SNL thing with her. So she was getting a lot of shit like mainstream media wise. So like again, it wasn't necessarily the coolest thing in the world to like Lana Del Rey. But I loved Lana Del Rey. I've always liked the things that are like considered the most annoying at the time.
Yeah, Marina and the Diamonds was mine.
Yeah.
I Electra Heart that album.
I still remember where I was when I heard my first Marina and the Diamond song. It was just on the other side of that wall. And I remember how I felt. Yeah.
I think I know for a fact my first Marina and the Diamond song was Hermit the Frog.
Mine was Heartbreaker.
That one.
How to Be a Heartbreaker.
Yeah, I remember that one vividly. I remember listening to that one in the car like vividly. I remember Hermit the Frog. That one was on YouTube, old school YouTube. When the ads on YouTube was just a banner at the bottom of the screen. Oh my goodness, bring me back to God's country, aka that time on YouTube. Take me back
to God's country. Yes, absolutely.
Please.
Ads on YouTube are so diabolical nowadays.
Dude, a modern version of that is like listening to Ethel Cain right now. Like, I think about like old school child things like was integral, but like as an adult, I feel like really discovering Ethel Cain was like a big adult version.
You think so?
Really, like
I think I'm like past my point of like integral things now. I think things just happen to me.
I think about like discovering things. I love discovering things. I love discovering new shows. Watching Xena back in when I was a kid. I talk about Xena all the time.
Yeah.
That was such an awakening for me. Like watching, I remember experiencing Xena. This is when we still had the computer downstairs. Yeah. I would watch episodes upon episodes of Xena downstairs in that musty basement because we don't have a finished basement, so we don't have carpeting. It was dark, it was musty, it was dirty, there was earwigs everywhere. I was still down there in that basement watching Xena on Netflix because I was also embarrassed to be watching Xena because I knew that our parents really liked Xena, and I didn't want them knowing that I loved Xena.
That's hilarious.
Because Xena and Gabrielle, I've always wanted a friendship like theirs.
Okay, real?
Yeah. And then like growing up, I was like, oh, they weren't friends, they were lovers. In the end, they're like canonically together, and I was like,
oh, are they really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, in the end, like, well, I guess it's not canonically, but like, you have to understand. you have to go on the journey of the show, and you have to understand, like, in the end, like, they were absolute soulmates, and so at the end, like, they, like, ride off into the sunset together, literally, like, they are together.
Very, like, Korra coded, where it's just, like, they heavily imply it.
Yeah, heavily, it's, like, canon to me. And they are soulmates, like, they raised a child together, like, there's a whole thing where, like, I remember Aries was asking, well, who's the dad? And Gabrielle was like, I am. It's like, yeah, you are, Gabrielle. Yeah, you are. And when Gabrielle cut her hair, Gabrielle, the actress who plays Gabrielle, she was made to have a short haircut. She looked so good. Xena is, like, such a big part of my childhood. Yeah.
I've never watched it, but I know that I should. I know that I should.
It is so campy. It really takes you back to, like, that time. Yeah. But I just remember cracking up, because it's still, like, funny. Yeah. Like, there's still funniness to it, and, like, there is a reason that show got more popular than Hercules. And, like, to the dude who played Hercules, I hope you are shaking and crying and throwing up every time you think about Xena. Suck? Yes, he does. Oh, okay. And I hope that you are crying every day to know that Xena will forever be better than Hercules. Yeah. You will never be Xena. Yeah. Like, you will never be anything good.
Absolutely. Why is he bad? Is he, like, is he a hater? Like, is Xena a hater?
Yeah. He is it annoys him that Xena is more popular.
Typical man.
Yeah, he's just a typical man.
Yeah, of course.
Gross.
Yeah, very gross.
But Xena just really...
I think my show for that is Doctor Who.
That one's a good one too. I wouldn't say that one's integral to me, because it was integral to me back when I was, like, a kid, but it's like I've grown up now, but it's not something that, like, I constantly feel the need to, like, go back to. Like, I don't know. I enjoyed it, but I think that's enough for me. I enjoyed my time with it, but now I feel as though I've not moved on. Like, I can still experience that sometimes, but, like, for me, it just didn't. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't feel that way. I still think that piece of shit show is awesome. No, it's not a piece of shit. It's actually not. It is now, though.
Yeah, I don't
even want to get into it. I'm gonna get pissed.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. We don't need to bring it up.
I'm gonna get mad. Those, like, early seasons of, like, the newest, like, the new era, really very integral and formative for me. Yeah. I want to open my thing.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what it is?
No.
Okay.
I don't have a clip, so.
That's fine. I don't care. Alright, we're doing an unboxing. I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
I want to know what it is. I like to know things.
You're gonna see right now.
Now throw that off to the side, off camera, because it has our address on it.
My address.
Or your address.
You don't live there.
And I thank God every day for it. There's so much happening. Like, there's
so much happening.
It's like a Russian doll. You're just opening it up and there's more.
Oh my goodness. It just keeps going. The packages. It just hasn't ended.
Hey!
Shall we go through them all?
If you can't see it, it is the Slushy Noobs 2025 to 2026 calendar. Beautiful.
Loving the effort.
I love it. Keep it going. Keep it up, Kings.
We're already past May because I received it so freaking late. It's June's almost over too.
And you're an important person. They should have really gotten this to you, like, earlier.
I know. I missed Fish's birthday. I can't believe it.
Should we kill ourselves?
Maybe. Yeah. I love this picture.
Oh my good. Very editorial. Very avant-garde.
National Best Friends Day. That's our cousin's birthday.
It is.
June 14th. This is July.
Dude, that's so true. He hates fish.
It's so good. Fish is so weird. I love fish. Okay. August, my birth month. I love this
No,
one.
that one's good.
They didn't put my birthday down.
We gotta fix this. They gotta put your
What
birthday
the
down.
heck?
Maybe you gotta misprint. This was not supposed to happen.
Yeah, surely it's a misprint. Surely it's a misprint. They wouldn't do that. They wouldn't do
that to you.
That's so funny. September. I've already seen all of these because other people have already gotten theirs.
Cracking up. Hamza crosses border.
Hamza crosses the border.
Hey!
Yes. Oh, Canada. This one's so funny. Have you seen these yet?
No!
You've already seen all of them. So. Here, get a good look. Get a good look.
Oh, I'm gonna cry.
So good.
Oh, what's November? My birth month.
This is some shit our Nana would post. If I like put this on Facebook right now, just like cropped out, our Nana would reshare it.
She would.
Oh my god. December.
iPad. Yep.
I like that one too. I like that one too, but shouldn't Mandy be holding an iPod? Because those are her fans, are the iPods?
Literally.
Oh, I'm saying. It's kind of weird, but okay. January.
Yep.
I like that. Nothing crazy here.
Yeah, nothing too crazy.
So good.
Oh my lord.
So good.
I'm cracking up at that one.
And I remember when they were dressed like this, and people were like, what is going on? There was like a behind the scenes where like we saw them in these outfits, and everyone was like, what the fuck?
They really got the mannerisms right too. Like that was very rigid. Yeah. Like how the original slap happened.
For sure.
Ooh, what a moment in history that was. I'm like terrified.
Isn't that scary? It kind of like, that's a good segue into our movie.
Because that is very, very, very like uncanny valley.
Yeah, very Lynchian. Have you seen that meme before? Because I'd never seen it before.
I've never seen it before.
Yeah, other people were sharing it. It's like it's a thing, but I had never seen it before. Crazy. I think this might be the last one.
Beautiful.
Charlie bit my finger.
Beautiful.
Martin bit my finger. I think that's it. Yep.
Oh, love that one too.
I was so excited. I like got like a hunch that it was going to be in my mailbox today as I was walking out. I wasn't even going to check. And then I did. I was like, hell yeah. Unboxing time. So I'm so excited about this. I'm going to hang it behind my computer. I'm going to track all of my days.
Beautiful.
Yes. All right. Well, perfect segue because that photo reminds me of the scary face in Inland Empire.
Yep.
Scares the shit out of me.
My sister hated the fact that I chose Inland Empire. She was threatening me off camera.
I didn't hate it.
She was threatening me off camera.
I did not do that.
She was punching me. She was slapping me. She was hitting me.
I did do that, but it had nothing to do with Inland Empire.
She almost hit me with the car. I had to like run into the woods. It was a big thing, a big fiasco.
Completely
and then
unrelated.
When the cops were called, she of course made me lie to the police.
Completely unrelated.
I would lie to the police anyways because I don't like the police, but
she loves them.
Don't you
She's
dare
lying.
put
She
that on
loves
me.
them.
Don't you dare put that
on me. Oh my god. Behind
Duncan,
the car I was behind at Duncan earlier, she had the funniest bumper stickers. She had one that was like a picture of like long haired Jacob that said Loca. And then she had one that had a picture of that funny picture of Robert Pattinson where he's in the brown sweatsuit and it said, I am irrevocably in love with him. But then it had a thin blue line sticker. Huh? I tried to get a picture, but I couldn't. My phone wouldn't focus.
Dude.
Anyway.
That's just so wild. When I was at my therapist's office, I was making fun of our mom because this one lady had on her car in like the dust, someone wrote #1mom. and I was making fun of our mom because, like, that mom's the number one mom, and our mom's not number one, and very clearly scribed on the car.
Yeah.
She was getting really mad at me for mentioning it.
Yeah. It's a sore subject for her.
Yeah, and I was like, listen, well, maybe you should have been a better mom and, like, been number one.
Yeah, it's like, what do you want me to do about that?
Yeah, like, I don't know. Take responsibility for your actions.
Exactly. No, but yeah, Lily made us watch Inland Empire again. I don't hate Inland Empire. I sound like a hater because I think it's funny. I don't dislike the movie. I really don't. But the thing, I was talking about it with my coworker. I was like describing the movie to her, and I was like explaining why I have to watch it in 2 sittings. And I'm like, the thing with like a typical movie, like just like your regular schmegular movie.
Can I check
like,
the camera real quick before we get into meat
I
and
guess
potatoes?
so.
I want to make sure that we're still rolling.
I guess so.
Okay.
Did your foot crack?
No, I hit the thing.
Oh my god, I thought I heard your bone snap.
No.
That was freaky. But
my
no,
bones don't break.
Okay.
I'm titanium.
I am titanium. You shoot me down, but I won't fall. I am titanium. I was gonna try to what's the word, harmonize, and then I just lost it.
I don't know how to do that.
I did one harmonizing note, I think, and then I lost it.
Yeah, I don't know harmonization. Or
okay,
how
let's
to
try
do that.
You do the normal. Titanium.
Well, the thing is, Abs, we didn't require the rights to this song. We didn't require the rights.
Forgot
We're
about
gonna
that.
need to
I forgot about
it
that.
off before we get copyright struck.
Do you know what's so funny right now? Every time, did you watch the last Ultimate Werewolf with Smosh?
Yes, I did.
Every time Chance, what did he keep saying? Oh my god, what did he keep saying? Sarah Bareilles.
Oh, Sarah Bareilles, yeah.
What was the song? Oh my god, it was so funny every time. It's like on the tip of my tongue.
He wanted to sing.
I want to see you be brave. We're gonna have to cut that too. He wanted to sing. But he wanted to.
He wanted to sing.
And then Angela keeps doing from Wicked. What does she keep doing? She keeps doing something from Wicked. I think it's so funny every time. But no, my thing with Inland Empire, like the reason it's hard to watch is like with your like regular typical like average movie, it's like even if it's long, it's still like the narrative is very easy to follow, really. Like, so this is just me like being anti-intellectual, to be completely honest, because it is harder to follow and harder to put the pieces together than your average movie. So it is harder to grab my focus. Okay, I have ADHD. That's no secret. I'm a low attention span girl. It's not a good thing. I'm not saying that I like this about myself, but it makes it very difficult to sit in a whole sitting.
I could watch it for hours on repeat and put me in a padded white room with just this movie on repeat for a full week, and I promise you, I will watch it.
I will watch it. Yes. Well, yes. Okay. All right. Yeah. Well, I did watch it. I finished it this morning. And
way to procrastinate.
I still did
Getting the essay done the morning that it's due.
I still did it. Hello. And it's even better because it's fresh in my mind.
Oh, okay. Oh my god. Going to the meat market, getting the fresh meat. You with the fresh meat.
What the heck does that mean?
You got the fresh meat.
And you know what? I've always said that.
Yep.
I'm always saying that.
Every single day. It's like constantly. You're just saying that. Sometimes you just text me it randomly.
Yeah. I got the fresh meats.
Yeah.
We got the beef.
We have the meats.
That's what it is. Dang it.
Yeah, you don't.
Dang it.
Stupid.
What is that from?
I don't even know.
That's hilarious. I'm obsessed with that, actually. I'm gonna be stealing that. I'm gonna snatch that, put it in my pocket, take it home with me. I am titanium.
Okay. Inland Empire. Why do I love this movie so much. Ab, since it's so fresh in your mind, would you like to give a synopsis of this week's movie?
I would love to attempt to, based on the YouTube video I watched afterwards that explained it all to me. None of this is coming straight from my own brain. Mm-hmm. This is all from somebody else. And I would love to regurgitate it to you. Well, what I've heard is that it's about...
Let me see your mic real quick. Yes, you're still going. You're still going. I just wanted to be sure. You scared me. I just want to be sure because I didn't see it because your fingers were covering it. Side note, I texted my sister a few weeks ago a picture of these ladybug nails, and I texted her and I was like, you should paint my nails this way. And what did she text back? Yes, you should do that. And nothing. And then I tell her that that's what she did to me, and I was like, but you, like, I wanted you to do it, and you were like, oh. And then you just dropped the subject.
I don't want to.
I know, but I thought it was funny.
Well, I did misread the text at first. That wasn't me giving you attitude. I misread it. I really fully thought that you said that I thought you were asking me, should I do this to my nails?
No, I wanted you to do it to me.
Oh my god, this is just like, you're really making me seem like a freaking idiot this episode. I sound so anti-intellectual, can't read, no attention span, bad mood, sound like a dickhead. Turn it off. Turn it off.
Okay, listen here. Listen, put up your shield. You get it together. You got a contract. We got a contract. We have to do with this company that I just made up. We got to do this, okay? So I'm gonna need you to fully get it together, okay?
I don't care. I don't care about the company. I don't care about the company. What are they doing for me?
You owe the company this. You owe the company
Dude,
this.
stop knocking my freaking bro down. I swear to God, you're gonna piss me off.
I know. Okay, Inland Empire. Go on.
Okay. So, and here's the thing. Okay, I'm actually gonna take it serious now because this is a good movie. That was just me getting on my tangent about how it is hard for me to watch it all in one sitting. The analysis that I watched, I think, was like, I see that is what I watched. It sounds so dumb. It makes sense. So basically, we have Laura Dern's character, who, so bad with names, wish I would have remembered my freaking notebook.
I'll pull it up for you.
Speaking of Laura Dern, that was her face.
She just popped up on my screen.
Lily was prepared and ready with her face right up on the screen.
Yep.
But Laura Dern, she plays a, we start off seeing her as an actress, and she's our main character. She's our leading woman. Mm-hmm. And she is cast in a movie. Sorry, that's a pet peeve of mine, but I still do it sometimes. Say casted. She was cast in a film, and it's based off of like a Polish like folk tale that is supposedly cursed. And so from there it kind of like gets very non-linear, like incredibly non-linear, and that's like not shocking for David Lynch. Like that's just how his films are. But it is like the peak of what's the word I'm looking for? It is his most unapproachable film, hands down, without any doubt.
I believe this was his last like feature-length
film. It was, yes. I remember that when I was like researching the film. And let's also just say the only thing that he's ever said about the film itself, like he doesn't explain things about this film. He has said that it is about a woman in trouble. That's it. Mm-hmm. That is the only descriptor. I have my
own take on that, but we'll get into that when we talk about it.
That's the only descriptor that we get of this film. But throughout the film, we get kind of like a mix of scenes that seemingly don't go together. But in many ways, they do. At the very least, even if you don't believe that they all fit together with this like perfect narrative, they at the very least have the same themes and like the same like through line, like tying them like thematically together. Um, and so we kind of see Laura Dern's character. What is the actress's name that she plays?
Nikki Grace.
Nikki. So we see Nikki um kind of starting to blur the lines between reality and this film, kind of like getting confused. Like there's a scene where she's filming with her scene partner, and she starts laughing in the middle of seeing. She's like, "This is so crazy. This sounds like dialogue from our film."
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, yes, because you're filming the film right now. Like this is dialogue from the film, but she just like is getting increasingly like confused. And the character she's playing is Susan.
Mm-hmm.
And
Susan Blue.
yes, Susan Blue. And what's the film called? It's like on high blue hopes or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, it's and it's based on like the original story is called 47 in German. It's 40, it translates to 47. Um and while this is all kind of happening, we're also getting the Lost Girl, who I think the Lost Girl is like the true main character of the story. I mean, like we're seeing Laura Dern as like the actress, the primary actress, but the story is about the lost girl who looks a lot like Julia Fox. Does she not?
She has a very familiar face. A fun fact
Yeah,
about
Julia
like
Fox.
this about like the casting of this is a lot of it was local casting in Poland.
Yeah.
So they used a lot of local cast in Poland.
I actually knew that. I did a lot of research on like the process of this film.
It's a fascinating process what he did. This movie again, like talking back to like things that really like are integral to like who we are. Like in my adulthood, Inland Empire is another one. Like I'm not the same person when I saw this film. I was like before I saw this film, and there was like afterwards. Same with I saw the TV Glow, both of them like very integral parts to my adulthood
for sure
now.
Because it has like whether you understand it or not, like there is a undeniable kind of like authenticity and like emotion that runs through it, that like the first time I watched it, like all those months ago, like I remember at the end I was like in tears, and I really didn't understand why. I could not understand why. I just knew that I understood, like I emotionally understood. I did not intellectually understand.
I mean, the way that I go about David Lynch's films is like I think of it through feelings. Like it is a feeling that I am watching. I am experiencing this film as a feeling.
Yeah.
And it's just like at the end, it's just so like overwhelming.
Yeah,
the feelings
it's like,
that I feel.
I don't think cathartic is the right word, but it's like that same kind of like category of feeling. I don't know, but throughout the film, I mean, what kind of different scenes do we have? We have the bunnies, which are my favorite. I'm fascinated by the bunnies. We have like it's like they're on a stage. And it was
based. Worn my David Lynch shirt.
You should have. You still have time. I'll talk about the bunnies while you change. So the bunnies, they're like it's based on a short, like I think a series of short films that he had already done, and so the scenes that you see in the film, some of them I believe are shot specifically for Inland Empire, and some of them were just part of that original series. But it's three bunnies on a stage. You don't see the audience, you just see the bunnies. And two are sitting on a couch, one is in the background ironing, and they are kind of like it's odd. I mean, it is odd. It's hard for me to explain, so I do have to use the words from the videos that I watched and like the analysis that I watched, but like it's kind of like they represent like a goodness to the story, because the other aspects of the story are about like sex work and like the brutalization of women and like the what's the word I'm looking for? Um Lily, what's the word I'm looking for? Not the brutalization, that's not like taking advantage of women, and like the I don't know. My vocabulary isn't really there right now. And so it is very dark, and it definitely is about like a woman in crisis. Like it is about a woman in danger. And so it's kind of a non-linear way of there being a curse, and this curse affecting this woman in Poland in, like, I think like the early 1900s is what is being suggested. Would you say that's true?
Yeah, I would say that's true.
And these things have been unfolded in her life, and so at times we see them unfold as her, but other times we see them unfold as Nikki in the film. Um, one thing I will say about that that confuses me is that supposedly this film ends in the death of the character Susan. Um, and it's interesting because at the very beginning, when Nikki has the conversation with that strange woman, she says that the movie is not, there isn't a murder. It's not about like death, or you really are like searching high and low.
Well, because it should be hung up here, but I can't find it. I do have a different shirt that I'm gonna put on, a David Lynch shirt that I'm gonna put on, but I wanted the bunnies.
Yeah, the bunnies would be best.
Bunnies. I don't know where it would be because it's supposed to be hung up over here with my t-shirts, but it's not. It's not in my other t-shirt, so I assume it got mixed up with the laundry, and maybe. I assume it is in my shorts, but I don't feel like looking through my shorts because then I got to take everything out. Yeah. So I'm just gonna put on my Laura Palmer shirt.
Okay. All right. Well,
I'm wearing a sports bra. So.
Okay. And so it's kind of like, it's almost like Laura Dern's character. It's almost like,
I'm gonna use the restroom. So.
Okay. I guess I'll just keep chatting by myself. I'm gonna sit here by myself. So basically it's kind of like Laura Dern's character, Nikki. She is breaking the curse in a way. Like this Susan, the real Susan, the lost girl, they are one and the same. And she is kind of trapped in this room. It's room 47, also the original title of the Polish film. And she's trapped in this room. She's kind of watching things unfold on a screen. She sees the bunnies on a screen. She sees all this happen, and it exists in this very like, almost like it's a different dimension. Is kind of how I imagine it. David Lynch was an incredibly like spiritual person. He was big about transcendental meditation and kind of like the oneness of everything. And so you can tell like in this film that he his kind of view on like the spiritual realm and the way things are all connected is kind of the way he portrays this like so-called curse. So it's almost like we have modern day Nikki doing the remake of this movie while Susan has kind of suffered the reality. Do you think, is Susan, was she like the actress in the original film, or is she just who the full story is about?
So I mean, I guess.
Well, Susan is obviously the character in the film. I guess I should say the lost girl. Is she the actress, or is she who it's about?
Well, I think Susan is kind of like who it's about. I think the lost girl's name might be like Susan, if that's what you're kind of asking.
Yeah.
I have a different interpretation of this movie though too.
Okay. Well, you didn't hear anything I just said, so maybe it's the same. Because you left me in here by myself.
I left you in here by yourself for like 10 seconds.
I covered a lot of ground while you were gone.
Yeah. Did you finish it?
No, probably not. I'm not explaining it very well. But I guess the interpretation that I heard that I think makes the most sense, and again, this is coming from like, I unfortunately suffer from like, I try to make everything make sense in a very like perfect, like structured way. I think that's why I really enjoy Mulholland Drive, because even though it's not specifically like, there are so many different interpretations of it, I feel like everything in that movie was so intentional, and if you really try hard enough, like, you can see, like, you can kind of figure everything out. You know what I mean? Like, that movie kind of reads very puzzly to me. And again, there's so many different interpretations, but there are so many justifications within that film for each interpretation, if that makes sense. And so I really enjoy that I can kind of um make sense of it in that way. Like this is very up to interpretation. And he in an interview, like I watched interviews as well, like that's like the beauty of filmmaking to him. To David Lynch, like he loved the different interpretations. Like that was
Mm-hmm.
really kind of the point of all of it
Oh
to
yeah.
him.
I mean, that's why he doesn't really talk about. He does not explain anything that
Mm-mm.
happens in his first feature length film, which is Eraserhead. He does will not explain anything. He will not explain anything that really has to do with uh Twin Peaks.
Mm-hmm.
He does not like explaining his films. He loves the different interpretations. He's really big on that.
Mm-hmm. And I have so much respect for that.
Mm-hmm.
I really like, part of the reason I do like this movie is it does challenge me to like open myself up to the different interpretations. I have like a very rigid concept of like right and wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And so like I want to be right about things, unfortunately. So these kinds of things are challenging to me, I think because of that. Like
Mm-hmm.
my natural instinct is to like what is exactly what's going on, what is like the right way to watch this movie and interpret it and to like feel about it. And it's like that's not the artist's way.
Yeah.
It's not the artist's way.
Yeah, and like I do really have like a different interpretation of Inland Empire.
I would love to hear yours because really what I just told you is it's not like coming true to me because what's true to me is just the way the film makes me feel. I don't have like nothing feels true to me except the way that I felt watching it.
For me, it just I've watched a lot of videos on Inland Empire. I've really obsessed over this film for a long like since I've watched it, and there's been no interpretation that's really like spoken to me.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've kind of like come up with my own interpretation of things, and it's like a kind of a Frankenstein of other people's. But I think that's just like a part of like the beauty of this film is it's really a puzzle, and you really got to like look at other people's interpretations to really see like the whole picture of the film.
Mm-hmm.
I feel, because I don't think there is one way to truly see this film. I
Mm-hmm.
don't think my way of interpreting this film is correct. I don't think your way of interpreting your film is correct. I just think they're.
I don't think
I mean,
correct.
not correct. I meant like I don't think. Yeah, I don't think
Yeah.
the way that I'm saying it is like the correct way, and I don't think you're
Yeah.
the
No,
way you're
I know what
saying
you're
it.
saying.
Yeah, is the correct way, and so I think there's different ways to interpret this film, but there hasn't been one because in the David Lynch world, unfortunately, there is a lot of men in it, and like men like reviewing his films, which is like great. And I'm not saying that like in like a man hating way, but it's a different interpretation than how I feel like women interpret it in how women like interpret it.
Mm-hmm.
And I very much like relate to like the women more because that like like I relate to that more.
Well, yeah, and so much
And
of his
so
like his films, like he really has a very like he had a very deep fascination with portraying women in like I don't know, a very specific way. And it never, I think, came from like an exploitative place ever. Like, even though these women are like suffering, like, you never get the vibe that it's like to exploit that suffering or if it's like some kind of like torture porn, like weird freakazoid way. Like, it's in a very like caring way. Like, Laura Palmer, the way people like Laura Palmer was treated with such care. It's, yeah.
Like and so like when I interpret this film, like there's just a lot of like men giving their opinions on this film, which is like great, but I sometimes think it's being portrayed in such a rigid way. Sometimes like I don't feel like that's like their interpretation is like one point of the puzzle piece. I feel like for me, I really do question like the woman in trouble aspect of this film because this film to me feels like to me it's like a woman taking her power back, and you got to stick with me on it when I talk about that because like I have such an overwhelming feeling. Sometimes it just takes a little bit for my brain to like string together sentences of what I want to say. But like I really do feel like this is a transformative soul experience that we're seeing in this film, and that the Lost Girl, Nikki Grace, Susan Blue, all of that. I think they are essentially a one being, one soul. I don't necessarily think it's like full on reincarnation, but I think we are seeing like a soul going back and experiencing things, like a cycle breaking thing. And like I took like notes and stuff this time because I do want to start like really taking notes. And like the reason why I say it's really like a woman taking her power back is because like at the end I feel such like I do feel like a real like hopeful vibe at the end, especially like with like the Lost Girl, like seeing like her family and all of that. And to me, it was Nikki Grace, Susan Blue, all of them coming together. They just took like a big journey. And like when you talk about David Lynch, he really like believes consciousness once you die, like you continue on. So I don't think it's full reincarnation. I just think of kind of like the film like Everything Everywhere All at Once. This is happening all at once. It's all being experienced all at once.
Yes, I completely agree because a lot of things how do you describe it? They are happening all at once. Like I feel like the like a big scene where you can see that is when they're sitting in that dining room, they're doing like that seance type thing, and then the Lost Girl kind of fades out, they move the chairs, and then fades into like the bunny staging, and it fades into them. Like they're parallels and they're happening. I think that suggests they're happening at the same time. In different kind of like almost dimensions. I think I said that while you were gone. It almost feels like a multi-dimensional type thing.
Like because I really feel like that's what's going on. Like because I don't think it's full on reincarnation. Like I don't think. I think these characters are experiencing it all at once, all together. And the reason why I think it's more of like a transformative soul experience is you really see like the highs and lows of Nikki's life, which is like the highs. She's like the actress, the lows to Susan, and you kind of in the lows with just like the Lost Girl and all of that. But I really think they're different periods of like different things happening all at once. Like I don't know how else to explain it. And with like this soul's journey, like all these characters, it's like souls recognizing souls. And a big other part is because like we have like the cast of the other women who are prostitutes that you see Nikki Grace as Susan just kind of surrounded by. And I really do feel like it's like souls recognizing souls because there's this whole like scene with Nikki, how she's looking at these girls and it's like, you recognize me? And these girls are like, no, because it hasn't happened yet for them yet. It hasn't happened, but she's recognizing their souls so they look the same. You know what I'm saying? Like yes. If it's hard to follow, just stop me and I'll try to explain as best as I can. But it's like Nikki reconnecting with like not even just like the past life because like I said, I think everything's happening all at once, but reconnecting to that portion of her life till she reaches peace at the end. Like I really because I don't think there's like one linear way to look at this film, and I think sometimes when people look at this film linearly, you're really missing a certain aspect. Like I don't think this is a film that can be.
You're definitely not supposed to. You're losing a whole aspect. I think of like spirituality. If you try to fit it into that like linear, everything makes perfect sense type of way.
And I think the Phantom is not like a real thing. I think the Phantom is an idea, like the idea, like what have I written down here? Yeah, the Phantom, he isn't just like a regular like villain or anything. I think he is like the cycle that we can fall into. And so when you see like the women, when you see like Nikki with like the prostitutes, they are all women and men too, because you see men throughout here that fall into that trap of like evil in the Phantom. Because I think there's like a line where like the women talk about how they like met up with this like man, and then like people like assume it is. Well, I saw there was one video that I saw where people like where he said it was Nikki Grace's like husband, because like the husband is like another thing. He's like the same person in all like the iterations that we see. He's like the one real like consistent, but or not the husband. No, what is the dude's name? Was it Justin there? Was that the dude? Was that Devin?
Justin Theroux plays Billy.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
Billy. But I think Billy is just another character in this. I think the true evil was the Phantom, and he kind of represents the evil that men can fall into, like the prostitution, the drugs, the illegal activities. Like you see that with Susan Blue's husband. He's like into like the sketchy stuff, and I don't think Susan Blue husband is necessarily working alongside the Phantom. I think he's just another victim in the Phantom's game. Like I just really think all of these women, I think Inland Empire is like a road, where things happen, and I think the women, like these prostitutes and the women being on this road, I think they are all in Inland Empire. Are you kind of following what I'm saying?
I did not follow that.
It's like Inland Empire, and now I'm not saying this as like I don't know how else to describe it, but it's like the road is Inland Empire, prostitutes on the road. The Phantom, he's like the leader of the. Okay, just scratch that, because I'm not. What's happening in my brain is making sense to me, but I can't verbalize it on there. But I think everyone is on the road to Inland Empire, basically.
Okay.
So
why do you think it's called Inland Empire? Because Inland Empire is like that region of California. And it's only mentioned once very briefly in the film. Like it's not like some like it's mentioned a bunch. It's like this really like a significant geographical location to the film. I mean, obviously like they're like movie stars and stuff, like they're in California. But like because I know that he had alternative titles to the film and ultimately landed on Inland Empire. But I also know that David Lynch had like a fascination with like Los Angeles, like that kind of like the glamorous celebrity lifestyle, like with Sunset Boulevard, and then that's like big part of Mulholland Drive and like the Lost Highway. I believe aren't three of his films called like the LA trilogy, like Mulholland Drive, Lost Highway, and then is it this one is like the third?
I think so.
I don't know if it's this one or like a different one, but
I don't think, because I'm not. Yeah, I think it's just those ones.
That people like call them like the Los Angeles trilogy.
There was something that I saw or I read, and I can't remember what it was. There was like a significance to Inland Empire, I thought.
I feel like it was probably just like a thematic choice because of his fascination with that like pursuit of fame and like pursuit of like notoriety that is typically people typically go to LA for.
Yeah, and I could also see an interpretation of this would be like of like Nikki Grace in her pursuit of like fame getting lost in like the Inland Empire of it all. You know what I mean? I can see an interpretation of that. I think that's the beauty of this film. It can be interpreted in many different ways. But and like when my favorite part of the film is like when when Susan dies, like after she gets stabbed, and it's kind of like she's laying in the sidewalk with a bunch of homeless people, and how like you have this I wouldn't say beautiful monologue. It's just kind of like I think it's beautiful within the context of the film, but it's a very like just regular monologue of just people like talking. Just people are just talking.
That's actually my favorite part of the whole thing. Yeah. And then when the lady holds the lighter up to her and stuff, that's my favorite part, I think the whole film.
Yeah, and how like the camera just like you see like the camera, then like as the shot gets wider, just be shown, and then it just hits you like, oh, it was all fake. But then you think, but was it? Because then when you think about like consciousness and how what I'm talking about, like how it's all happening at once, it was like that was Susan Blue dying in that life, but her consciousness, her soul still moved on to the next, which was Nikki Blue, or not Nikki Blue, but which is Nikki. Nikki Grace. And it's at the end there, it was like the souls all coming together and forming. So we had Susan Blue dead. She's going over to Nikki Grace. Nikki Grace goes over to the Lost Girl, kisses the Lost Girl. And then it was like the souls were reunited. It was like a cycle breaking.
Yeah. And I think, like, in shooting the Phantom and killing the Phantom, I think you're right about that being a cycle, because that's, like, that was the moment. Like, Nikki broke the cycle in doing so. And, like, in breaking that cycle, like, he reflects, like, a very warped version of her own face back to her that haunts my nightmares. I literally am terrified of that face. Even I watched it, knew it was coming, and I was like, I don't want to see it, like, looking through my fingers, because it freaks me out. But, like, I think you're absolutely right about, like, that aspect of it, because, yeah, when she's able to kill him, that is kind of the moment where everything starts to kind of, like, I want to use the word dissolve for some reason. Like, it starts to kind of, like, I don't know, like, because I think it is a cycle, and I think you're kind of using that word cycle, and I like it, because I think in the interpretations I was, like, hearing, people were using curse, but I almost think I almost think you mean the same thing, though. I think that the use of the word curse is, like, I think it functionally, they're kind of intended to mean the same thing, but I don't think that the curse is actually, like, I don't like the word curse, because I don't think it's actually some, like curse suggests that, like, some evil witch came and put a curse on your family and now you have to break the curse. Like, it's very, like, mystical, like, I don't know, ooky spooky. It's more like, thematically, it's a cycle. It's breaking the cycle, and Nikki is the one to do that.
And that's why I say it's more of a story about a woman taking back her power, because I think that with the Lost Girl kissing Nikki, that was her taking back her power. And that's why I feel such an emotional response at the end. Yeah. And I feel like some of the interpretations that I saw are missing that. Yeah. Being too literal with what they are seeing on screen. And this is just a story that you can't take too literal. I feel like taking it literal, it's not necessarily wrong, but I think it's one piece of the puzzle. Yeah. And, like, that's, like, yeah, I interpret it as a cycle that's going on.
I agree, because I think the main themes of it, the breaking of cycles, but also the exploitation of women, for sure. That's the word I was looking for before. Was exploitation. The exploitation of women, and I think that's seen, like, through Nikki, it's like being an actress. In a way, that's, like, kind of an exploitative, like, if it's not treated with care. I think if you're not treating those people that are doing this acting with care, like, it's an exploitative process, especially in a film that, like, is so heavy, like the one that she was filming, incredibly difficult, and you see the effect that that had on her. Like, at the very end, she can't even get up after that final scene. She's really kind of sitting in it, and, like, it kind of took over her. And then obviously, like, with sex work with Susan Blue and with the Lost Girl, like, it's all, like, exploitation. And it's kind of like this, like, getting lost in, like, getting lost in the trauma of it all. Yeah. Losing yourself in the trauma.
And another part that, like, I forgot to mention was, like, the therapist part with, I think it's Susan talking to the therapist, kind of just talking to her life, and, like, the therapist is, like, the guy in the glasses. Another reason why I do think it's, like, all happening at once, I think that is her consciousness kind of going through, like, her in that life, and her trying to process what has all happened, and it's like her consciousness kind of, like, fading away.
Yeah. I feel it.
And I think, because I think about this sometimes, and I don't know, maybe it's the theater school in me, but, like, when it comes to, like, the Phantom, how important is it that the Phantom is portrayed as a man? Yeah. How important is that? Because I think it's very important for him to be. I think it's very crucial. I don't think him being a woman would have had as much of an impact. I think it had to be, and that's why I really label the Phantom as not a literal man, but kind of like the evil that men can fall in, the cycle that men can repeat. Yeah. But yeah. just think there's a lot more, and I feel like I want to hear more women interpretations of this film. And I don't just want like a linear interpretation. Like I want y'all to get into the meat and the potatoes, because like I feel like I truly just like scratched the surface of this film. I feel like there's so much symbolism with death, with rebirth. I mean with like soul transcendence, because I really do feel like it's a transformative experience that is happening on film, and that we are seeing.
Yeah, his concept of spirituality is definitely like, I think, probably the major influence on this film. Like I don't think you can rule that out. Like I think knowing who David Lynch is as a person and like what he believed about like the afterlife and spirituality, I feel like it's like it really lends crucial information,
man, him
to
being,
how this film is like read.
Yeah. But him being dead right now is kind of pissing me off. Like, why'd you have to die? Because like I just want to have, well, here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna take a bunch of drugs and I'm going to do a spirit board session with a Ouija board, and I'm gonna call on David Lynch because I must ask his opinions on Franbo and What Remains of Edith Finch. And has he watched it? I want to know what his thoughts are on I Saw the TV Glow. I want to know his thoughts on that. Yeah, like why do you feel the need to die, David Lynch?
I don't think he cares.
Kind of rude.
I don't think he's worried about it.
I think it's kind of rude.
I don't think he's worried about it.
Well, we'll figure out. I'll take a bunch of drugs and do a Ouija board session and we'll figure it out.
No, I think all you need to do, I think that we should do an experiment and we should like do his like meditative routine for like a month and see like just what happens. Like he did like 2 meditative sessions every single day for like ever since he discovered it, never missed a session. I think we should try it. I think we should try the Lynch method of meditation, and maybe we'll just like ascend to this higher plane. Maybe you'll be able to ask him those questions in your meditative state.
Oh, it's going to happen. Like, why? You think you dead? You think you can rest? No. No, you're gonna have a annoying girl in the Midwest talk to you about Franbo. But like, did he know? Has he been able to go into has he branched into the game world? What is his thoughts about Five Nights at Freddy's? Like, these are important questions.
Yeah.
Little Misfortune. What are your thoughts about Little Misfortune? What's your thoughts about Alice in Wonderland?
He believes in the collective, so someday you'll be able to ask him.
Better. I'd be mad if I don't.
Absolutely.
So what's the movie for next week?
Okay, so I actually am really pissed that we didn't think to do this before, because Pride Month is literally over. We didn't watch one queer film for Pride Month.
I find the gay in every film that I see.
That is so real. That is so real. That is so real. I actually feel that. How should I feel that?
Everything that I've watched in the past has some sort of fruitiness to it. Like, that's another thing.
That is...
Like, I will find the gay in everything.
I'm obsessed with that.
Buffy really was a transformative experience, honestly.
Yeah.
It did it honestly was brave at that time. Like, I truly, I don't think people truly understand that having Willow be a lesbian and be, like, specify that she's a lesbian.
Yes.
It's very,
incredible. I could be wrong. I could be completely wrong. I want to say that her kiss with Tara is the first on like network television.
I read something.
The first lesbian kiss. I don't know about like queer kiss in general, but like I think it's the first lesbian kiss.
Yeah, like confirmed lesbians. Because Xena and Gabrielle, they shared a few kisses, but they weren't confirmed.
Okay, maybe I'm wrong then. I don't know. I thought I heard that before, but
I don't think you're wrong.
I could be regurgitating like information I did heard and they were wrong, but like regardless.
As long as you're open and honest, that's okay.
Regardless, yeah. I completely agree, because I feel like it like genuinely made me an open person. Like obviously like, our parents like raised us right, so like we always have been, but like I do think like I was a hater of Seth Green like for a very long time, to this day for different reasons, but like I was a hater of Seth Green for the longest time, because as a kid you kind of like the lines between like the show you're watching and like reality are kind of blurred. You don't really get that concept yet, so like I thought that he was just like a hater homophobe for the longest time, until I was like, wait, no, that was a character. And it like, as I got older, I was like, wait, isn't Seth Green homophobic? And I was like, no, his character was. And I just forgot. And so I was like a Seth Green hater because I didn't like that. You were
Honestly,
mean to my girl
respect,
Willow.
respect.
Willow might be one of my favorite characters of all time, even though she. Don't even get me started on how shitty Buffy's friends are, but like I love Willow.
I don't consider the last season Willow to be canon Willow, because that's really where it like made me mad. Because was it season 7 the last?
Season 7 was the last season, but season 6 is when I started to get really pissed.
Oh yeah,
but even before that, 7. Willow is not a great friend. But
yeah, but I can in the context of she was having an addiction.
Well, even that's season 6. My problem with season 6 isn't even the addiction part. My problem with season 6 is that...
Was that season 6? Oh my goodness.
Yes.
I thought
it's season 6 part 2. It's second half of season 6. That's not the primary... That is not the primary... well, it is the primary conflict, is the through line of season 6 is her addicted to magic. But like her being the villain, like her going bad, only happens in the second half. Because the first half is Warren and those like losers.
Dude, that's crazy. Yes. That's all in season 6.
It's all in season 6. And my problem is that season 5 ends with Buffy dying, right? Like she's dead. They bring her back to life in season 6.
That's right, because Glory was season 5, aka the slayest season, the best season of the entire show ever slayed. Yeah. Like I love Glory. I want more villains like Glory.
Yes. Season 5 is so top tier. And so season 6, my problem, the reason I started to really like genuinely dislike Buffy's friends is because they bring her back from the dead against her will.
Oh, I'd be
obviously
so mad.
They think that they're doing a good thing. Their heart was in the right place. Okay, fine. But I think they were clouded by like they just really wanted Buffy back. I don't think they actually they just wanted Buffy back. It wasn't about like I think she's in hell. They wanted Buffy back. Yeah. But whatever, their heart was still kind of in the right place. I see that. But they bring her back against her will. They eventually do learn that she was like in a beautiful, peaceful place and she was not in hell. And then instead of like if I did that, if I was Willow, or no, let's say this. If I was Buffy and my friends did that to me and then they said, hey, you need to go get a job fast food so you can pay your bills, I would kill myself again in front of them.
Yeah, absolutely not. And taking care of the bills? Like, what do you mean you didn't take care of the house?
And then don't get me started on Giles. Did you assume I was
going to come back and save y'all from the house now, too? Like,
that makes, and I get it. Like, I get, like whatever. It's a show. You need conflict, whatever. But, like, that conflict made me hate her friends. It did. I absolutely
had respect for Tara, though.
Of course,
because she
nothing but respect for Tara.
She acknowledged the fact that they did mess up.
She was a Buffy defender through and through. Mm-hmm. I know that her and Buffy never got super close, but she genuinely is like she was the ride or die for Buffy. Mm-hmm. She was always there. So that really pissed me off because you're telling me that I've saved your lives over and over and over again. You bring me back to life against my will. You yank me out of the peace that I was in. And then you ask me how I'm going to pay the bills. You pay the bills. Mm-hmm. You pay the bills, bitch. Are you kidding me? I'm out here saving lives. I'm out here every single night casing the town to make sure people don't die. And then you want me to come the next morning into my fast food job? When am I going to sleep? When do you plan on allowing me to sleep?
Mm-hmm. We should do an episode like on like TV shows or something, because there is a world where there's like full on like essays to be done about like Slayers and not even just the Slayers, but Watchers, and the fact that Watchers get paid and Slayers, who are the women the women don't, but they are still expected to handle a job, family, housing, things all on their own. No job, while they are the ones that are actually out here slaying the people. And there's one Slayer and you're telling me you can't pay her? Like, at the time when Buffy started, there's one Slayer.
I completely agree.
Just makes me so mad.
I completely agree. But anyway, the movie I picked is Brokeback Mountain. Don't laugh. See, you're laughing because it's a meme movie.
No, I'm laughing strictly because the way we were just talking about Buffy, first of all. We were just talking about Buffy, all of that, and it took the vibes that was not set up for me to hear the terms. Anyways, Brokeback Mountain. Like, be honest.
Just so we're clear, we got started on Buffy because you said, "What movie are we watching?" And then I set myself up to announce that. I said, "Yeah, we're gonna watch a queer film because we didn't watch any during Pride Month." And you said, "Buffy, Buffy." Now we're talking about Buffy. You know, I don't mind it. I loved the conversation we just had, but where the hell did that come from?
Do you understand? This is an attitude that you got going on right now. An attitude. Attitude.
I am actually in a way better mood right now than I was when we started this. This process has put me in a way better mood, but now you've just pissed me off again.
She's gonna punch me in the face. She's gonna kill me.
Anyway,
no, she's not gonna kill me.
No, we are. We're watching Brokeback Mountain. You've never watched that movie, right?
No.
Okay, I have. It's beautiful. It pisses me off that it's a meme film. That a meme film. It's not. It's phenomenal. Mm-hmm. It is incredible.
I've been interested in watching it.
And I believe it just had its 20th anniversary last week. I almost went to the Franklin. I almost doxed us. I almost went somewhere and watched it because it was in theaters again. You'll never know where we live.
I'll figure out how to beep that maybe, but also maybe not because Franklin is such a nerd name. I feel like there's a lot of places that are Franklin. Nerd name. I don't know. I feel like a name that's overused is like a nerd's name. Like Tim, that's a nerd's name. I feel like there's like Rogue Tim. I don't know.
Okay. Well, yeah, I think you're right. There is a lot of Franklins. So, and we'll just leave it at that. Mm-hmm. We'll just leave it at that.
Franklin would be a great name for a turtle.
It is. Are you joking? You're joking, right? There is 100% a turtle named Franklin. Don't piss me off.
Is it a famous turtle?
Yes. This is Franklin, dipshit.
I was picturing like a real turtle first of all, but okay. You made your point. I guess I'll just end my life. I'll just go in front of a car when we're done.
The dramatics.
Oh my goodness.
God, the dramatics are just getting too much. So yeah, next week we'll watch Brokeback Mountain.
Okay.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. Fix your heart or die.